parsley and Hennessy glaze.
Okay, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's,
6
let me be
months.
unethical for 6 months.
Yeah. Is it to make money, or is it just something that you just want to do?
And that's adding to that. Is it to be a millionaire or is it to bring in an extra $200 a month?
Welcome back to Millennial Minds. We are your hosts, Creme Brulee. I am Chris,
I'm Amber.
and let's start the show.
Let's get into it. So,
Let's get
do we
into it.
want to start with like a quick? We'll start with a quick vibe check. Okay. And then if you want to skip the vibe check, you can fast forward like 10 minutes. That's usually how long we take. And then we're going to hop into our topic today, which is going to be hustle culture.
Hustle culture.
I'm very excited for this one. I think that this is a discussion that we definitely need to have, especially where we are now. But babe, I'm sure that they can see from the screen. How's our week been?
I don't believe that they can see, but our week has been eventful, right? We were babysitting, dog sitting, a friend of ours, a really
Hmm.
close friend. It's really your friend, but
Yeah,
she's a friend
she's
of
a
ours.
friend of, yeah.
For the week, while she's on vacation, and Gibbons, the dog's name, has been interesting.
He is trying his best to not get out of this dog bed.
Yeah,
He's trying, and I hope that he stays right there.
he sees the mic in my hand and he thinks it's a toy.
He thinks that it is something for him to play with. He's ready to hop.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And I said earlier this week we were going to have our first guest, and it was going to be him. I
He
wouldn't
is
be surprised if he found his way onto somebody's lap before the end of this show, but
absolutely not.
we will see.
Let's
But
hope if he can make it through, he'll get a treat from me. I will give him
ah,
a treat just for being good
but
to neighbor.
speaking of good, it was really good to see you just spending time with him this week.
Hmm.
Recently I was just taking care of a dog, right? But till we moved in together, and I know for you it's been some time.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, right? So just to see you get back, not get back, right? Just to brush up on your, I guess, parenting
Really?
skills.
It's a natural thing. Okay, so it
Yeah.
doesn't take much to.
Yeah, because you're having to shift your schedule just a little bit, not a
Hmm.
whole lot, but just a little bit, right? Waking up in the morning, walking them,
Whew,
maybe two, three
that's probably the
times.
hardest shift.
Of course, you definitely went on pretty long walks throughout
Yeah,
the week, so that's really good. And
us both, because you know that that's part of like I'm trying to get back and
yes,
just get back into my active lifestyle.
hmm,
So I think that it's been beneficial for us both to go on this walk,
yeah,
our 30-minute, 40-minute walks. And that's really mainly for me, but also I know he likes it.
and thankfully the weather was nice this week,
Yes,
very
very
nice.
gosh.
60 degrees, 63,
70. We hit a high
yeah.
of 70 at one point. I said, is this January with no jacket?
Well,
Crazy.
this is Middle Tennessee, so.
It still. I don't know. I always say it used to not be like that, but like I feel like it wasn't always like that. Or maybe I only just started noticing as I've become an adult and it matters
Yeah,
more.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think we when we first go outside, I don't think we were checking the weather app or the weather
Hell no. We did not
before we
care.
started. Especially on the weekends.
We
So
did not. Our parents did that.
yeah,
Let us know what we need to be putting in.
yeah, we bundled up, went outside, came back in,
Yeah.
took off some layers,
Yeah.
and then went back
And
outside.
then went back outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
And we're
then of
done.
course the weather will determine how long we stay outside.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
it's a beautiful thing. So I hope the kids out there that are just kind of
Are they
spending
back in
time.
school?
They are back in school. Yes,
Okay.
they went back on Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cute.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, for the kids out there that just spent hours outside this week, salute, thank you. Because when I drive around and I don't see any footballs thrown, no basketballs going into the hoop, no soccer balls being kicked. It's concerning. It's concerning. It's like, where are y'all at?
We were just talking about we would be out in the because there is it's we got a lot of like land over here,
Yes,
so we were talking about how we would be if we was kids. Oh, this would have been right.
exploring.
We out here in the creeks, we in the water, we climbing rocks, all
Yes,
types of stuff.
yes,
So
yes,
we
yes,
did see
yes.
some kids out, and that was nice.
It was nice. It was nice. In our viewpoint, we could see them play, so
Yeah,
it's always good.
and we can hear them. And I don't know what it is, but I just think that it's so nostalgic
Hmm.
hearing the kids laughter and play like in the background while you're like cleaning or just doing some
Cool.
nominal activity in the
Yeah,
house,
yeah.
and you have the kids like yelling and screaming and playing in the background. I
Mhm.
think that is so, I don't know, it's
But
like,
the flip side of that is like now that we're older, we're like, what is going on?
yeah, like if it get too rowdy, now I gotta stay. I gotta.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like if it get a little too rowdy, I
yeah,
gotta take
yeah,
a peek. But
yeah.
because it's from time to time. Might have to step in. All right, y'all. It's getting a little. Y'all doing a little too much down there.
Hmm.
As far as like
Did you have
fighting and stuff.
people in your neighborhood when you were younger? Did you have people in your neighborhood that looked after you while your mom was doing whatever? Like especially when you're out playing. We had that. Well, me and my brother. We had that.
Say all the parents kind of were on the swivel. Like
You said they weren't on the swivel?
were.
Oh, okay,
Like I
okay.
feel like all the parents just generally were just like if their
Yeah,
kid was out playing, they would do that walk to the blinds
yeah,
or step out on the porch,
yeah,
look out, you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff.
yeah,
But there was no one that was just like outside as an adult with us.
yeah.
Like, it was more of the that be home when the street lights come on kind of thing. That
Mm,
was definitely a thing in the apartments that I lived in. Um and also my mom did know the parents of the kids that I did hang out with
yeah,
too. So
naturally.
like
Yeah.
so not always, but my mom definitely made sure that she knew.
Well, let me rephrase it. When you didn't play in your street or on your
I
street.
was always in the apartments, which is kind of different because it's so big.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about, 50 different apartment buildings,
right.
so but there was like I won't say that we would be all through it, but like there was like a, stay within apartment, P to Q. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need you all up yonder. Like stay within this general
Yeah.
vicinity.
Damn, that's tough because the area that I lived in Smyrna.
Yeah.
So the neighborhood is huge.
Yes.
So we would go all the way
It's
down
giving Lake Forest.
to where Brook was.
So y'all just out
Because
here.
you saw like the park and the
Yeah,
basketball hoop and stuff like. We would go all the way down there.
that's a lot of walking, actually.
We had bikes.
Okay. Excuse me.
Well,
Excuse
sometimes we
me.
did walk. I will say that. We did walk. We did
We
walk.
walked, and I did get a bike later on in life. Yeah. And then what happened? I fell off of it and scraped up my whole wrist. This is one.
Good
It
lord.
no, it's terrible because I have another. It looks really bad now that I say it. Now that I realize that I have
Well,
two cuts on
just
both wrists,
well, we.
it's giving wow.
I think the audience and it's very clear who's going to be teaching our child how to ride a bike because I'm not
This
having
had
this.
no, this happened. I knew how to ride the bike. I just happened to fall off the bike while catching speed down a hill. I said, "Oh, we gonna ride to the bottom." Yeah, speed demon. Yeah, I went up to the bottom to the top of the hill. I said, "We going all the way down,"
See,
and I went all the way down
this is why
and cut off all my
this
skin.
this is why I love you because anyone else I would have had something crazy to say to you like why are you looking like blah, blah, blah. But I look at you and I see your personality and it's so beautiful.
Thank
It
you,
makes me
baby.
smile, but also cringe a little bit
I'm
because
cringe. I am
I
cringe.
look at you and I'm just like,
I
ooh.
got really excited really
That's
quick.
what I'm saying. You're like speed demon. I was like, what the
It's like you lame.
That shit is crazy.
Emos
Oh,
says that.
oh goodness.
That's
Oh
hilarious.
goodness. Those are the moments that I can't explain to a stranger.
Hmm.
You know, of why I love you so much. I can't explain it. You got to experience it. You see her. She's gonna have
You
at
got to
least.
experience a speed
She's
demon or two.
she's gonna have at least two. You know, if we're out together. So I could just tap you, and be like,
Okay,
just let you know, like,
we're
yeah,
done.
I love the personality. But what do we have on the docket today, baby?
On the docket today, we have hustle. Let me not say hustle. Um,
Mm-mm-mm.
we have hustle culture. And I really wanted to bring this up just because, not even I wanted to bring it up. I thought it would be a good topic to discuss because there's many nuances, to hustle culture itself. But I thought it would be a good conversation about how life can feel really sped up because of always feeling as though there's the next thing that you need to get to make money, money, money.
Okay.
Right? I feel like the mentality has gotten to do all of these things so that you can make all of this money and be quote unquote successful.
Mm,
But what is the other side of that? You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Um so really, I guess, what does if I'm asking you, do you feel a sense of do you feel a sense of guilt because you're not doing a whole bunch of things to like make all of this money in life because that's what we see everywhere?
Mm.
Like, do you ever feel guilty about like not doing enough?
um.
Like, is a 9 to 5 not enough anymore, or like is that not satisfying enough anymore? Like, do you ever feel like, oh, I'm behind because I'm not doing X, Y, and Z?
Hmm. Maybe maybe in my early 20s,
Mm-hmm.
I had that feeling. But as I get older, um, I'm comfortable knowing that what I'm doing now, but it's really about the end goal
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of people. For me specifically, right? It's
Right.
it's really just about the end goal. So if my end goal is to retire early,
Okay.
buy property,
Mm-hmm.
invest the stock market, X, Y, and Z, that stuff takes time.
Yes.
So I don't need to feel rushed, or it's something that you continue to work towards and stay consistent with.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for a lot of people, they're caught up in this matrix.
Okay. No, we're not going to the
So
matrix.
they're caught up in this matrix, and they see people that has like this overnight success, but they're not. But some do a really good job of highlighting what they did
Yes.
prior,
Yes.
to kind of give people to paint a picture for some.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I do appreciate the content creators that like just start like, hey, I started here and then I did this every day, blah blah
Take
blah.
them on the
He's
journey.
taking them on the journey, right? I came across a post back in my early 20s. This was around the time that I did have a sense of guilt. Um, and it was just highlighting all of the successful people that really didn't get their first break into
Mm-hmm.
whatever industry that they were in until later on in life. I we talked about it earlier.
Katy Perry.
Yeah,
Like, I remember Katy Perry's story so clearly because I remember when she hit the scene with "I Kissed a Girl." That I think it wasn't until her 30s, I believe,
probably.
until she hit her break, and then everything started happening. But you think she had been, like a lot of artists, putting in work for 10, 12
Let
years
me
prior to that.
let me throw you two names: Doechii, Chaperone.
Yes. Yes.
That Chaperone record that is from 2016,
Yes.
and it just kind of took
Just
off.
hit. Yes.
I thought it came out brand new.
Last year.
You know,
Oh, well, actually,
won
year
a
before last, because
won a
we're in
Grammy, won a
26.
Grammy for it.
Yeah.
Doechii, same thing. She's just been
Yeah.
grinding very slowly, and nobody noticed. So I think as long as you have a plan,
Mhm.
have an end goal, and you work towards that, don't let anybody speed you up.
But I think what I'm seeing in the internet streets is all of these. I feel like when I'm thinking of hustle culture, I'm
Before you
okay.
let me just finally say this. Success is subjective. All right. So
Yes.
what someone else's vision of success, we got the dude on the wall,
Okay.
4 billion.
We're not going to refer to the dude on the wall every episode. That's what we're not going to
Well, since we're talking about this, right?
do. Okay.
His success looks completely different than me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Even though like it would be wonderful to have, it's just that's not me. That's not for me, right? That's
Hmm.
for him and his family, etc. So success is subjective. So I think what people need to realize is what does that look like for you?
Yes. But I think too what I'm seeing as far as like hustle culture, get it together. I cannot say that word. Hustle culture is there is this, it feels so money grabby. Or is that just me? I feel like when I'm thinking of hustle culture, I'm thinking of I always feel like it's the get rich quick schemes out here that remind me so much of hustling. Like, oh, for example, when like the explosion of new businesses, start a new business, do this, do that. Then you had the I don't want to go down into the veneer tech lane, but then you have get this skill, become a veneer tech. Then it became selling digital products became like a big craze at some point. And then it became, what was it? T-shirts, selling t-shirts and print on demand. That became a really big thing. Then it become a content creator. That became a really big thing. Like you need to be doing more, more, more. You need to pick up the side gigs, go to Fiverr. You need to be showing your, going to tackle and getting gigs and doing Uber and doing. And it's like, my God,
Did you
I don't get tired. I got 17 jobs. I do.
did you ever have a sense of guilt?
I did. I did have a sense of guilt. I felt as though I did have the feeling of maybe I'm not doing enough
Mm, okay.
at and I would say that this was earlier for me as well,
Hmm.
um and not, I won't say like early 20s, but I would say like late 20s, as I have gotten into the workforce and I'm working my 9 to 5. I started to feel like, okay, well, maybe I'm not doing enough because you know I'm seeing 28-year-old millionaires out here, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't have X, Y, and Z thing. And the thing that I'm seeing them do is whatever hustle that they're doing at the time that's popular or trending. And they have 20 different businesses that they have their hands in. And I'm like, well, damn,
Mm.
all I got is a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying?
What's the quote? We have the same 24.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're broke, it's by choice. You know what I'm saying? That's like, oh my God.
I've never heard that one, but
Like I'm like, wow, way to make a girl feel like you're so far behind
yeah,
in life.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Only, of course, to fast forward, and we know everyone's a fraud at this point.
yeah.
I won't say everyone,
Not
but
everyone.
we know that there's a lot of fronting and shenanigans, and people can make themselves look any kind of way online. You know what I'm saying? Mattress on the floor, but you rented out a condo to shoot your content. I'm just saying it's a thing.
Or I started from nothing, but your parents
But
gave me
actually,
a
they gave you a
nice lump sum,
they
three
gave you a
hundred
small
thousand.
loan of $1 million,
Yeah,
and you're like,
it's not that doesn't that doesn't fit the narrative.
it's
So
like, excuse me? It's
yeah, right,
like I quit my
right,
job and I just
right.
decided to pursue this full time. Whole time you got a trust fund, babes. You are the exception.
Ooh,
You do not count in what everyone else is doing. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? But it's like it does take a minute to like get the wool from over your eyes. But yeah, I did have a sense of guilt at one point, like, and to be honest, it made me look into these other hustles, and it did help me to build skills.
Mm,
I'll say that,
okay.
because then I go down the rabbit hole of say print on demand.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how I even got into that. I was like, oh, well, let me see what this is all about, because Amazon drop shipping came on the scene. People were drop shipping products from everywhere. It's like, oh, this is the new hustle. This is the new hustle, right? And it's always as easy as one, two, three. No, it's not.
Mm,
No, it's not. It is as easy as one, two, three, but there's a lot of steps or nuance or whatever within those one, two, three steps. It's tedious. It's time consuming. It's this. It is as easy as one, two, three, but it is very time consuming. And
yes.
you'll act like we try to act like the hustle culture is not time consuming.
Mm,
It is.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's kind of like flipping that narrative.
Yeah.
Um, and I know that I've gone down a rabbit hole in a rant, but to put a button on it, as you would like to say, as you like to say, um, I did learn a lot of skills within that,
Mm,
and everything from that era of time, I've been able to take and I've turned it into something that's helped me with my professional career now at
mhm.
33, right? And so designing, graphics, marketing, all of the things, I've been able to like take little pieces of knowledge and information that I've learned from different things that I've tried
Yeah.
to make an extra buck,
Yeah.
um, and turn them into something that's useful now.
Oh, that's good.
So, but I did feel a sense of guilt
Yeah.
in the beginning times. Um, but I think that how do you feel about sticking to like this space? Um, do you think that it's motivating when you see the guys and the gals come on talking about all of the things that, having their hands in 10 different
It dep-
things, and
uh,
does that motivate you at all?
yes and no. Yes and no. It just depends on the individual and what it is that um their business is. You know,
Mhm.
when I see some of these, um, what is it, cosmetologists, when I see some of those, like it's nothing to me. It's but congrats, but it's nothing that
In
would
what sense?
incite.
Because
So
it's like cosmetology, like
yeah,
what if it's like
yeah.
a health dude? Let's go there.
Well, I think the real estate is a big one. I really do like that. Um, health guy. Which
I
one?
mean, like the health guy who does the lessons, who does the food meal prep, who does he has a business in each of those. He has a gym, he has,
Hmm.
all the different things. Like, does that feel motivating to you when you see someone who's like, I work 160 hours a week and I'm a millionaire?
Um, yeah, yes and no. I mean, it's not when I watch their content. It's really just to help me as an individual for
Hmm.
like my goals and stuff like that. But um, it's not something that I want to emulate. Or I actually want to be a part of. Like 160 hours. I don't know. That might be a
I don't
huge
know. I feel like
exaggeration.
that is huge, a very big exaggeration.
But I mean, hey man, like I think for those people that that has like a successful business and
Hmm.
continue to do the content on the side, right? Like I'm more I'm more motivated by the ones that we don't, right? Like
What do you mean?
like there was a this guy, he believe he was on a podcast and he just showed up, right? He's not like a recurring guest or anything like that, but he was talking about how he has all of these different properties,
Hmm.
right? Um and something like that. is more motivating for me because it's not so much that it's attainable, but it's just really being behind the scenes, you know. And
Mhm.
of course, he doesn't preface saying, "Oh, you need to do X, Y, and Z." I don't want to be preached to,
Okay.
you know, and telling me what I need to be doing in order to achieve X, Y, and Z, right? Because, like I said, success is subjective.
Mhm.
So, you know, for me, what two, three properties would be great, but I don't need 30.
Yeah.
You know, we were just watching a video about the black homeowners,
Mhm.
right, in all the neighborhoods across the country and stuff like that. And of course, the guy with the restaurant in Crenshaw, 50
Mhm.
years, right? Like that's motivating, right? You got a
Yeah.
business that you could pass down to generation to generation. That's more my speed
Mhm.
versus hearing how, like, he didn't tell us like how many hours he put in. He said, no,
Yeah.
we started as a hamburger stand
Mhm.
and then we transform it to a restaurant and we've been here for 50 years, right, through
Yeah.
everything, you know.
Yeah.
So still saying strong, that is more motivating to me than actually coming across somebody that may tell us like, oh, you're, you know, I do X, Y, and Z and I do this and it's fine, right? Like I don't have anything against it. It's
Mhm.
just it's not something that I personally would seek, you know, especially if I need some motivation. But whenever I can come across something like that, that brings me back, right?
So longevity and wealth
Longevity. Yes, yes.
versus um doing something quick or
Yeah,
just trying to or just constantly having to be on the move, move, move. I
yeah.
think that's where my issue, I guess, with
Mm,
hustling, there because there was a time where and there is still a time where hustling is the thing. Like you need to be a hustler, you need to be out here getting your money, woo, woo, woo. And I don't know why that never resonated with me just because I move slow. I like to move slow. You know what I'm saying? I like to be present in a lot of things. I like to,
yeah.
and I feel like the hustle culture is so fast. It's always so damn fast. And if it, and this is the thing, can we start a trend called the slow hustle culture? Like, can that be a thing? Like, can we
Can we not
normalize?
do that?
I mean, we can do that. Like, can we normalize getting to the bag, quote unquote, right? Sustainably.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like, and what does that look like? That looks like working toward the goal and scheduling in family time. You know what I'm saying? Like make sure there's a block for that. Like scheduling in or, making sure that we can work in the little things that make life enjoyable because
mm.
when you're constantly on the move to keep up, keep up, keep up, there's so much that you
Miss out on.
can miss out on.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So I think that's always been
And if you do decide to go that, hopefully you communicate with the people that you're close to that I'm working towards something and I just need your support. I'm not going to be at every game. I'm not going to be at every outing, you know, or
yeah,
I'm not going to be able to just come to dinner and all this other stuff, right? So,
yeah.
I think that's another. That's why it wasn't as like attractive, you
The
know.
outputs are
Yeah,
not don't the outputs don't outweigh, you know what I'm trying to
because
say.
I value my relationships, and
Yeah,
if I have to put that aside to achieve my main goal, then I don't think that is what I'm actually. That's what is actually in my plan.
yeah.
If that makes sense.
It's not it doesn't give you enough benefit,
Yeah.
you don't think, to, have, to sacrifice this time up front.
Well, we can make well, yeah, yeah, but I would like to know how soon they got out of that. Right?
Yeah.
Because okay, so once you hit the let's say $1 million goal, right?
Hmm.
Do you stop? Probably not.
Probably
So
not.
you're gonna continue on and on and on, and before you know it, 5 years has passed, 10 years has passed, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
that to me is like okay, as if I was single, no family, nothing like that, right?
Mhm.
Like if I was just dropped out the sky, then yeah, whatever. But there's friends, family, relationships that I want to continue to strengthen, right? We'll go
Mhm.
back to my word for the year. So it's like that doesn't align, right? Like there's things that I could say, hey, I'm actually doing this, but I can put time towards it. I don't need to 12 hours into my business, 8 sleeping, and then it leaves me with 4 to do whatever, right? Like that doesn't yeah, it doesn't align for me at all,
Yeah.
you know?
I can see that. I mean, I think that when your mindset isn't just money, you
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? Like I think that when the goal, because that I feel like that's what hustle culture has really made the main talking point is do this and you'll make a lot of money. And money is everything, right? And when that becomes your talking point, then everything you do is simply for the money and it's not for it isn't for the love of it. It isn't because it brings you some type of happiness, right? How many times have we done
Ooh.
things
Mhm.
because we have to do them and not because we enjoy them and then feel like you don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm burnt out. This isn't bringing me any type of joy and satisfaction outside of the money. We hear about rich people all the time who are miserable.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, because I'm trying to think of my second example, but Will is my first
Hmm.
one. He talked about
Will
how
Smith.
Will Smith. Let
Okay.
me let me yeah clarify that. I'm sorry. Will. There's only one Will. Like
Okay.
it's not Will Byers.
Okay.
No, I'm just playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. So Will Smith, he said in his book, that he felt like just getting money would not satisfy, but would relieve him of all of the pain that he grew up with, right?
Hmm.
Whether it be family, personally, whatever.
In his book.
In his book, he said that getting like a nice sum of money would relieve that.
Hmm.
But once he got like his not first million, but like once he got his first break, he just
Hmm.
continued to work. And if you
Yeah.
remember, he was the summer guy. Every year
Yeah.
there was a movie coming out. But he then realized at a certain point that that money didn't solve anything.
Diminishing returns.
Yeah, it didn't solve anything. And then of course he had to miss out on a lot of stuff, right? But
Yes.
when the family approached him about that, he was just like, "Well, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, right? Which is taking care of you all." But hey, like that's not what they're looking for, right? They need you to be present. So my
Yeah.
thing is, if you're doing it for yourself, I think it's fine. Do whatever you want, right? But if
Yeah.
you have a family, have relationships, if you have children, and if you're doing it there, I would just me personally, I would want to spend as much time with them as possible. Not so much to where I can't focus on the business,
Hmm.
but there needs to be a healthy balance and just going 0 to 100 on the business and forgetting about everybody else
Yeah.
that to me is not good, right? Because I like to enjoy like my time, right? Like I
Yeah.
like to spend time watching shows or going to the gym or kicking it with friends,
Yeah.
spending time with you, like I like doing stuff like that, traveling,
Yeah.
you like there's a lot of stuff that you would have to cut out
Hmm.
to, reach your end goal, but like I said, success is subjective. So
Caveat.
caveat.
What if it's one of them hustlers like you can work anywhere. All you need is a phone.
Selling
I don't know what they're selling, but I know. Oh, I just use my phone and I make. You've seen videos like this, like oh, well, you can sell woo 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 just using your phone. The MLMs
yeah,
that are out here
yeah.
scamming folks. We won't. We might need to just do an episode on MLMs.
Mm,
Um, the multi-level marketing schemes where
Yeah.
they're talking about, selling XYZ product,
Yeah.
but it's like I just need my phone, and you just need to be able to talk to people, and I can travel anywhere and post about it and blah blah blah, and money just comes to me. Why are you lying to folks?
Hmm.
Why are y'all lying to people? Because y'all know it's not that easy. Y'all know it's not that easy. And that's the thing. It's like
Selling courses to take courses. Like what?
it's like I don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
Like
But
why are
like,
you the bridge? Like
right. That's so crazy.
selling courses to take courses. That's
Like
crazy.
like there's literally a course for anything, and I'm not against the digital course community.
Not against that at all.
I love a good digital course. Also, guys,
But those few.
make it good.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's where my problem lies. It's like you're just selling trash.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just so you can make a quick buck. So again, you're just trying to get the money out of it. And there is no love, there is no effort that goes into what you're doing, which means that your product is crappy, which means that my value, like I'm not getting any value out of it. You're not really getting any value out of it because no one's coming back to buy another course from you, babes.
Mm.
Like it's a one and done kind of thing.
Well, if you get enough one and dones,
If you get enough
it
one
can
and
take
done,
care of you. So yeah, let me scan for this six
let me be
months.
unethical for 6 months
Yeah,
and take your coin.
yeah, yeah.
Like, but that's, yeah, I think that just going from that, it's just like, I think it goes back to those internal values. You know what I'm saying? Of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
money, if money is your sole purpose, do all the hustling.
It'll never be enough.
You know what I'm saying?
It'll never be enough.
Yeah, like because when does it get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm gonna try something new. Okay, I'm gonna do something new. I've made the money. Now I'm gonna go be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe that does make you happy. There are some people who really enjoy.
And sometimes it takes people a while, but it can happen.
Yeah, I
You know,
mean,
and
yeah.
like I said, if it's about money, baby, it will never be enough.
I think too, one of the things that you touched on earlier was the toll that it takes
On the
that you
people
don't,
around you.
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
or on your relationships,
yeah,
on your health,
yeah. Mhm,
on your happiness.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you're constantly in motion like that, trying to get to the next thing, there's a lot of things that have to fall by the wayside.
Naturally, yeah,
Yeah. Like there's a lot of things that you end up not being able to be a part of or do or see or grow
yeah.
or whatever the case may be.
Is
Because
yeah.
go ahead.
No, I'm about to say, is the sacrifice worth it?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I think that's the biggest
yeah.
thing. And I think too, um, in the culture that we live in, with everything being so individualized and this being such a capitalistic society.
This is America.
Yes. But it's highly based on money. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is based on money. You know what I'm saying? So it can make it seem like this is the only way to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes it feel that way. Like there's no other way to have success. And so it makes it seem as though doing all of these things, that's success and that's the finish line.
Yeah. Mhm. It's unfortunate because the ones that like our fire couple,
Hmm.
like that for us,
What is fire for?
you define it. Financially
Independent,
independent,
retire.
retire early.
Hmm.
So that couple that you showed me
Mhm.
a couple months ago, um,
Our Rich Journey.
Our Rich Journey.
Mhm.
That is more my like that is motivating. That's the kind of content that I'm looking for, not the ones that are putting in X amount of hours selling whatever it is. They're like, hey, this is what I'm doing, and it's more my speed, right? Like I don't believe that I have an entrepreneurial spirit.
Mhm.
So for them, they just took their money, made sure to reinvest it elsewhere,
Mhm.
bought property,
Mhm.
reinvested, and just continue to do so. Budget, and they at the same time they raised like two kids,
Yeah.
2 3 kids. So they were still able to travel, do X, Y, and Z. So that is more my speed, and while doing a regular 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is not the doing 100 million things. I have 9 10 businesses. Like if you're just moving, hustling and busting, moving and grooving, not doing all of that. So that's the kind of content that I look forward to, on a weekly basis whenever they post, right? Like that's who I go and look for. um but I believe I forgot your question. What was that? What was it?
I don't even know what the question was. I was just listening actively. So I don't even know, but I think it was like something around America, money, and it
Oh,
being the
oh,
finish
oh,
line.
those content creators, and we can.
Put a button on.
I was gonna say cut it, but
Oh, okay.
excuse me. Those content creators, they get drowned out in the algorithm. We don't see
Yes.
them,
Yeah.
right? Because I feel like there's certain companies, there's certain, I won't say politicians, but there's certain people that definitely want a generation to see that,
Hmm.
and like, yeah, 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 just keep doing this way. It's not healthy.
Yeah.
It's not healthy. But if you're an entrepreneur at heart, and you really don't have a lot of obligations
Yeah.
for people and relationships and etc., like a family and all that stuff, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But um I I just wish people would be like more, would use more discernment,
Mm.
because just because it works for them doesn't mean that you need to do it.
Yeah.
You know? And
Every hustle is not for everybody.
yeah.
And I think also,
And then the market gets drowned out, right? Because if everybody's selling T-shirts, then
yeah, there's only so many
there's only so many things you can, like. Okay, right? Like,
there's only so many ways that you can say live, laugh, love, babes on a t-shirt. I'm just saying positive vibes. There's only so many ways
yeah,
that you can say
yeah.
that your design is so
Shout out to the cooks, but it's like there's only so many plates. Before you're selling the same thing, sweet potatoes, mac and
with a
cheese,
twist. I put vanilla
oxtail,
in mine. Okay? Like,
parsley, and Hennessy glaze.
okay, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's
But
wild.
I saw that though.
Okay.
I saw that. And speaking of, when we get off here, I think this restaurant around the corner is shutting down. But
Which restaurant?
I don't know if I want to say it on here, but
Okay, don't say
I'll have
it.
to probably let you know, because I saw
What
boxes outside and I was like,
what kind of food they say? I'm just curious.
"You've been there. I'll let you know.
I've been there.
You've been there, yeah."
Okay.
So so my thing is, right, they get drowned out, and it's unfortunate. Even like my a fitness guy that I followed like very early on, Chris
Mhm.
Jones,
Mhm.
right? He got drowned out, right? Because all of these influencers started popping up, and like his content went
My
from,
course, my course, my course. I can train you. I can train
he
you.
was he was doing that. I think he still does it,
Okay.
right? It's just that when, in order to really get, and then the stuff that you would need to do, right? Because I'm not saying like some of these fitness influencers are taking steroids, but there's quite a few that are,
Okay, what
and
was
they
the
get.
last thought? Because I was going wherever you were going with that, and then you like
Well,
switched.
this is my point of
Okay.
drowning out. Like, I
Okay.
just got another example.
Okay.
So when those guys started using,
Oh
right,
wow.
allegedly, the when those guys started allegedly using,
Mhm.
that his content started to kind of fall down, right? Because
Mhm.
he was like top 10 influencers on YouTube back in like 2016,
Mhm.
17, right? He was big. But once those new guys came through, it's like people wanted to see that, right?
Extra muscly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was just difficult, right? And I think he talked about it. I think he addressed it in a video. He said, "I'm not doing this."
Yeah.
Because it's like because I know what comes with that, right?
Yeah.
Especially on a personal level, but
Yeah.
on a business side, yeah, like I won't be able to get as many sponsors because
Right.
especially if you're letting it be known that you are using,
Yeah. That you're juicing.
yeah, that could be a big problem,
Yeah.
right? Like no, companies aren't going to want to touch you,
Yeah. They don't want you.
you know?
No, I want mine for the all natural athletes out here. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because that's more attainable for the average
For the average person.
lifter, you know? Yeah,
Exactly. And I
yeah.
think too, this is kind of with it and not, I know from when we were talking about like America and it being capitalist, and I just wanted to throw it out there of like, I feel like there's been such a stigma put against the 9 to 5ers, right? As
Okay.
though it's so much better to be an entrepreneur versus a 9 to 5 or a serialpreneur, as they called it,
The
you
cereal.
know, who has tons and tons of or multiple businesses, which there's nothing wrong with that. But not everyone, um,
They make it seem as if the kind of there's so many jobs that I don't even know.
oh yeah,
We're watching Landman, and we're
never,
seeing those dudes work like madmen.
never seen happiness. I
What?
never knew how the oil rigs worked. I just knew that someone was out
To-
there.
Tommy is Tommy drives from here to Memphis and back every day.
It's
just,
a hard knock
just
life.
traveling through
Okay, I'm not
Texas
doing it.
every day.
Making 200 grand a year.
But see, that's the thing, right? There's so many jobs that people don't know about, and there was actually a show that on MTV is called Jobs That Don't Suck, right? And it
Oh
hot,
wow, I like that.
right. So like and the comedian Andrew Schultz was a part of that
Hmm.
early on, and I think it was only one season, but
Of
they would go
course.
around the country and like just kind of talk to people that had jobs that like people just really didn't know about, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of gives a different perspective, like, oh, you can actually do this, blah 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 blah. So people, with the jobs that are out here, people don't know, like, people feel like whatever you're doing is not enough and people aren't happy doing it,
Hmm.
right? Like imagine if you're a sneaker designer and you
Okay.
got a regular 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Imagine we just got the Cowboy Carter book.
Hmm.
What if
You're
you're
the editor in
what
chief on that.
what
Sounds like a fun job to
you're
me.
helping Beyonce pick out every photo in here. Now she's getting the ing say, right? Fine, right? And she's probably, hey, no, no, I want from this day, and we'll choose from that pile,
Yeah.
right? Whatever. But you're collaborating with her on this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's people that are like in the tech field that love what they're doing.
Yeah.
People that are in healthcare that love what they're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like the fact that our algorithms, the matrix is kind of
Prioritizing.
prioritizing, drowning out just the regular 9 to 5ers that
Yeah.
love their job.
Yeah.
There's people that work at McDonald's that love their
That
job.
love,
They get
baby.
they probably see there's people at vets that love their
Yeah.
job, that just take care of animals. So it doesn't it's so harmful,
Hmm.
right? For people to sit there and say you're not doing it enough. It's insulting, one, because you don't know me,
Yeah.
and two, it's like, dude, I'm very comfortable with what I'm doing. I'm able to take care of my family, which is my end goal.
Yeah.
And I feel successful when I'm able to do so.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to go and drive Bugattis through South Beach, then God bless, bro. But
It's
don't,
probably rented. Let's throw that out. I'm
yeah,
joking. I'm joking. I'm
A
joking.
million
I'm
dollar car, yeah, that's base price.
joking.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but don't make it seem as if what you're doing is any greater than what I'm doing. Because
Yeah.
despite your business, I'm saving lives.
Yeah.
I'm a fireman.
Yeah.
I'm a police officer.
Yeah.
I'm protecting people.
Yeah.
I take care of animals when they're sick. I take care of old people when they're sick.
Yeah.
I'm providing oil for that $1 million whip that you drive. Don't play with me. I'm getting people across the country as a pilot.
Yeah. I think that's where my biggest issue not my biggest issue, but I think that that is one of the issues that I have with hustle culture because I do see it tied mostly to the entrepreneurial, serialpreneurial mindset, more so. And then there's this, stigma of 9 to 5ers. But the thing is that I think that when it comes to like that hustle culture and striking the balance, because I would say that I've outside of, when I was trying these things, way back when, right? I would say that I did strike a balance that I felt really, really good with,
Yeah.
right? I did strike a balance between hustling and a 9 to 5. And I think that there is a sweet spot that we can get to. I was
Yes.
doing freelance work, um and you know about that, but I was doing freelance work. It was bringing in a decent coin, right?
Hmm.
And then I was also working my 9 to 5, right? And I felt like, okay, this is a good balance for me, right? Or when I was doing my t-shirts, but I found a niche within a niche, if you will, and I exploited that niche and started something small, but something that didn't take a lot of my energy and
Hmm.
effort. It was like I was like, okay, I'm gonna put in this work right here up front. I knew the trade-offs,
Okay.
right, that came with that. And I weighed the pros and cons. I was like, yeah, I want to do that, right? While I worked my 9 to 5 and again struck a balance,
Yes.
right? And so I think that the spaces that we really do have to consider when it comes to hustle culture is really finding what does that balance look like and going back to sustainability.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to do a lot of things and make money from a lot of things. We all want money.
Yeah.
We all want money. We need money to live. This is America. Don't be dumb. Don't be blind, not dumb, but don't be blind to the fact that you need money to live in this country
Yeah.
and a lot of it compared to a lot of other places.
Yeah.
Right. So we're not going to be ignorant to that fact. Also, understand the trade-offs that come with that.
Yeah.
Understand that if you're wanting to do whatever, that understand that there is no such thing as a get rich quick scheme. It doesn't work. It never does. It never has. Right? We say they say it's as easy as this. It turns out that there's 13,000 steps to get the $100,000 you thought that you were going to get, and most people make none. You hop into the MLMs thinking you're going to make a lot of money. 9 times out of 10, the majority of people make nothing, right? In profit. So it's like if you're going into something to get rich quick, understand it's probably not going to work.
Mm.
And then also, if you are wanting to find a hustle, explore that hustle, learn about that hustle, make sure it's something that aligns with you and your person and your value and your brands,
Right.
and just in your lifestyle, right? Make sure that it's aligned, and then decide, do I want the trade-offs that I'm going to have to put into this?
Yeah.
I decided on XYZ hustle. I'm going to sell candles,
Mm.
right? You plan on selling candles, you love candles, it aligns with who you are, wonderful. Now, what are the trade-offs that comes with showing up to all of the flea markets
Yep.
and paying for all of your stands and
Yep.
buying branding for your candles and buying signage for your candles
Yep.
and making your candles and putting your candles up online and doing product pictures for your online shop and setting
Paying
up an Etsy, like
paying for ads.
paying for ads, if that's the route you choose to do. If you do organic social media, what does that look like, you know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
may have to give some away
you may have to give some away. it's
just for
like
people to, yeah, try. Yeah.
it's like people don't, it's like, oh, I'm going to start this hustle of selling candles. That hustle comes with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Are you willing to make that trade-off, and is it going to be worth it for you if you make nothing? And I think that's something else we have to think about.
I will say this. I had a friend, a friend that I grew up with. very good friend when I was younger. His mother made candles.
Mhm.
I believe she still does.
Oh, wow.
You know,
That's
so
really great.
she's been doing it for like 20 plus years, and I don't think there was like I don't want to misspeak, but I misspoke. I don't want no, excuse me,
Okay.
cut that.
Stay in.
I don't want to I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I don't believe that she was doing it just to. I think it was just a hobby of hers,
Yeah.
and she took it. And you know, my mom bought several because they were really good friends, and you know, she was selling them to the other parents at the school. You
Yeah.
know, he was on the football team. We were both on the football team, and you know, she sold it to the parents there, right? Like,
Yeah.
so she it was just a community thing,
Yeah.
you know. So it
I
was
love
like
that.
yeah, so it was beautiful. So yeah, I believe actually, you know what? When we get off,
Let me
I'll
go see
look at
about them candles. For
let
real.
me see about them candles.
For real.
But yeah, like so you know, like I think yeah. See, it just goes back to my earlier point. It's just what's the end goal? You know,
Yeah.
is it to make money or is it just something that you just want to do?
And that's adding to that. Is it to be a millionaire or is it to bring in an extra 200 bucks a month? You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like, are you trying to build an empire with this hustle? Or are you trying to just supplement income because your check is just shy of XYZ and you don't want to get necessarily a a second job, but you want to do something that aligns with you creatively.
yeah.
All of those things can be true. I would even say with us now in our brand, right? This is something that we chose to jump into just because we wanted to build something that was ours.
Hmm.
We wanted to create some so in a sense we're part of the hustle, if you will. We're creating content and we're putting it up on YouTube and blah blah blah. But our goal is not to become millionaires, YouTube millionaires
Yeah,
off of content. Like, no, that's not the goal. But the goal is to create a foundation or create a brand of us that we can grow and have something that can sustain us into the future and that does become profitable and is something that we do enjoy
and let's just
to
say
do
this:
together.
if it happens, cool.
Okay, if
You
it
know,
happens, wonderful.
but we're not coming into it
But
with
that's
that
not
idea.
the goal.
Yeah, we're
You
not
know what
gonna
I'm
do that.
saying? Like,
Yeah, we're not. That's not going on the whiteboard.
yeah, like that's definitely not on the whiteboard. It's
You
like
know, it's like
make become a YouTube billionaire. Definitely not on the whiteboard. However, to say that at some point we wouldn't want this thing that we've built to be something really awesome for community, really great for us to expand our reach and create or build profits from at some point in some way that makes sense and aligns with the brand.
yeah,
We don't even know what that looks like. We're not thinking about that. But we just know that in the way that the world is shifting, it's better to have built something that is ours than to not,
right.
whatever that means or whatever that looks like.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So we are also part of the hustle, but also we balance that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
it's content is not our
It
lives.
may not be every day of the week, but two 2 days out of the week maybe that we're
Maybe.
dedicating. You know,
Yeah.
could you know just a
And
couple
it's off and
hours.
on. It's like when when does time allow? Because if I'm gonna go cook dinner, I'm not worried about this podcast. Okay, I'm worried about eating because I'm thinking about. I promise you, I'm thinking about this soup. I really am because it looked very delicious and I'm very excited to cook it. But it's like we fit the things in. We have our calendar. We have started. We're gonna start time blocking things just to make it a more visual for us, but we have our quality time
Yes,
here and outside of the podcast. We have our time where we go and go on dates or we go see family or whatever the case may be, and all of those things fit. We have our reading time,
yes,
like we have our podcast and music time, like we have our time. You know what I'm saying? And so like we it balances. for the life of like what we've chosen, like, and we know what the trade-off is with choosing to make content, do this podcast. We know what that trade-off looks like. And I think that's what is really important when it comes to
That's what's missing.
that's what's missing.
Yeah.
It's not just money, it's getting the balance and getting the structure, getting organized, or understanding what you're willing to let go
Yeah. Absolutely.
or hold on to.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because, and I've been going on a rant. I feel like I talk so much, and I do. So it's not even I feel, I do. Um, but I think that there are entrepreneurs out here, and I love the entrepreneurs who are out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I do think that it's inspiring. So I don't
Mm.
want anyone to take away from this conversation that I don't think that entrepreneurship is inspiring. It's very inspiring, and it does motivate me because there's a part of me that enjoys it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm that person that I like a 9 to 5 that give me that for sure money as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I choose to strike the balance between I'll do freelance work because that gives me that entrepreneur feel, and then also get that for sure check, and they
Yeah.
both go toward my end goal or our end goal of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I just don't want anyone to get the idea that I don't think that entrepreneurship is beneficial. It absolutely is. I think it's more so people understanding that not everyone is meant to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah. And I preface that the the ones that I seek out for motivation aren't the ones that we constantly see on Instagram. There's people that are behind the scene, not so much behind the scenes, they're just not well known that are doing their thing,
Mhm.
right? Whether it be in real estate, fitness, cooking, whatever the case is, music, you
So you
know.
don't like showy is what you're saying.
I don't want to call it showy. It's just I just have a preference, you know. I just have a preference. It may be. I guess you can kind of define them as showy.
Mhm.
The like the forex guys and all that stuff. Like those are the type of guys that I'm talking about, and
Okay.
women. Those are the
Wall
individuals.
Street.
Yeah, those are the ones that I'm talking about. Not the like the Gary Vanderchucks. Like
Mhm.
he's a good one. I do like him.
Okay.
And Dame Dashes, right, whatever,
Mhm.
regardless of what
Yeah.
how people feel about him, like I do get some sense of motivation when I hear him. But he makes it clear that he's fine with people doing their 9 to 5 and stuff
Uh-huh.
like that. So he's not preachy.
Yeah.
He's just offering a different perspective.
Yeah.
He's telling people why he thinks the way he thinks,
Yeah.
right? And I'm fine with that, right? Like as long as you make that clear, then we're good.
Yeah.
But don't preach to me that I need to be doing X, Y, and Z, especially like you not knowing me, one, and two, it's not for everybody. You know,
Yeah, it's not for
it's
everyone.
not for everyone.
I think honestly, I've said this like 5 times during the show, but I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
It's not for everyone.
I said success is subjective, like research shows. we
Okay,
we
we get it. So
we
just
we know the title of the pod.
thumbnail. I'm checking it out.
I would have been ready to had you. That's funny.
Evelyn has influenced us so much. See, that's how influencing work, guys.
Yeah,
This is like the third time we've mentioned her in
in the
in our
pod.
sixth episode.
We do appreciate. We appreciate Evelyn.
She's just so great.
She
Her
is.
energy is just so great.
And
I
look who
I'm
came
pretty
into the
sure they
front.
can see
And look who came into the
they can
front.
see Gibbons. Come on, Gibbons. All right, Gibbons has now joined me on my lap, so we are going to wrap up the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you want to hang out with us a little bit more, check us out over at crembrule.com. That's KRIMBERLE.com. Also, send us your questions. We really want to answer some questions from you guys, whether that's about life, whether that's about relationships, about the world, whatever. We will try to reach into our arsenal of advice and answer some questions on the show.
Yes.
We're excited about that. So please send us an email at crimberle@gmail.com. Again, it's KRIMBERLE at gmail.com. And also over there, you can check out just more about us. But on that note, thanks so much for joining us. And until next time, peace out.
Peace.